Hey y'all, today we're making McGriddle Muffins. These are so good, y'all. You're gonna be so glad you made these. You're gonna need some pancake mix. Now this is my homemade pancake mix. I will link the video for y'all if you want to see how I made my own pancake mix. Otherwise, you can just get store-bought pancake mix and it'll work just fine. The only thing is, I'm not sure about the original recipe. I found this on Jessica O'Donoghue's channel, and I don't remember what kind of pancake mix she used, but mine is the kind that you just mix with water, and I know that you also can buy that kind at the store too, so that's what I'm using. 2 1/4 cups, okay? Now just sit that over to the side for a second. I should have waited before I measured that out, but you know, it's fine. It'll be fine. Anyway, now we're going to do our eggs. Now for this recipe, we're not going to mix the egg up and then just pour it in to the batter. We're going to actually cook the scrambled eggs. We're going to scramble the eggs. And it changes the texture of these muffins, and it's so dang good. I'm kind of funny sometimes about quiche type dishes like that. Sometimes I don't care for them. It's too eggy to me. This is not like that because you're going to get more of a little bite of already cooked egg as opposed to a huge hunk of egg, the whole muffin being eggy. Hopefully that makes sense. Trust me, scramble your eggs. It's going to be delicious. But you're going to need 4 eggs. And I just seasoned mine up with a little bit of salt and pepper and added a little bit of milk. Normally I'll put more seasonings in my scrambled eggs, but because I want this to actually taste like a McGriddle, I didn't want to like overpower the taste of that. So I just went with salt and pepper, but especially if you're using bacon in this, you kind of go easy on the salt so it doesn't end up overly salty. So here's my bacon. I cook my bacon on a cookie sheet on some aluminum foil. I put it in a cold oven. And look, quality control, y'all. I put it in a cold oven and then set the timer, put the temperature on 400 degrees Fahrenheit and set a timer for 30 minutes. Comes out perfect every time. And look, I wanted to let y'all know, if you didn't know already, I have another YouTube channel that I just started. It's called The Simple Life with Tammy. And I would love for y'all to go check it out. If you want to know what I do that doesn't involve cooking, go check that channel out because we're doing all kinds of stuff over there. I'll link it down in the description box for y'all. Okay, now that we have our eggs scrambled and our bacon chopped up, we're going to add, we have 2 1/4 cups of pancake mix. We added 1 1/3 cups of water. I'm going to mix that up good. Just make sure we don't get any, end up with a bunch of lumps and stuff in there. And you don't have to use bacon in this recipe. You could use sausage if you want to. Just make sure whatever meat you use that you cook it first, okay? So bacon or sausage, either one works. Do how you want to, but ground sausage, you know what I mean? So now we're going to add, so we get that McGriddle flavor, right? We're going to add a 1/2 cup of syrup. This is just the kind of syrup that I had. Normally I use the sugar-free Great Value, but I didn't have any, and this is what I keep at my house for like when the kids are there. So that's what I use, but any kind of maple type syrup will work just fine, okay? You need a 1/2 cup of that. And so then I'm just going to get that mixed up. I'm just trying to make sure everything gets good and incorporated in there. Y'all know I like to mix in between steps. I like to mix in between steps. Y'all already know. And I don't know if I said that, but this recipe makes 18 muffins. It makes a ton. So if you are not very many, now I was feeding other people, but if it's just you or just 2 of y'all or something and you don't want to make that many, just half the recipe. So once you get your syrup mixed all up in there, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more salt and pepper in my pancake mix, which kind of freaked me out a little bit because I was like, I'm salt and pepper in pancakes. Like I had to get over the mental block, y'all. I had to get over the mental block. But then I was like, okay, but I'm about to put bacon and eggs in here too, so it'll be okay. I had to talk myself down off the ledge, y'all. So anyway, I mixed in the salt and pepper just a little bit, and I didn't add a ton. It looked like I added a lot. I know it did, but I didn't add a ton, and with the amount I added, it wasn't salty. So, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So once you get that mixed up, we're going to add in here about a cup or so of shredded cheese. Now, all I had was the Mexican shredded cheese from the Sam's Club, you know, the 2-pack. But you can use whatever kind of cheese, plain cheddar cheese, Colby Jack, whatever you have. If you want to give it a little kick, put some pepper jack in there. Do it how you want to. It's your kitchen. And then I'm going to add in, obviously, you see me doing it, I'm going to add in the bacon. And then I'm going to add in my scrambled eggs. Now, I will tell you, when I cooked my scrambled eggs, I cooked them just a tiny bit underdone. I left them just a little bit wet. That way, when they bake in the oven, you don't get a big dry piece of egg. Okay, does that make sense? So I just, I undercooked them by just a tiny, tiny bit. And then you're just going to mix all these ingredients in here together. Mix them all in there together, y'all. And then we're going to put these in muffin pans. Now, all I have, I guess I should say, is 2 of the 6-cup muffin pans. But I dug around in my cabinet and I debated, because I have like the mini muffin pans. But I thought, I don't know how long I'm going to have to cook the mini muffins, and I wanted to put them all in there together. So I have one of the large muffin pans, the ones that's, you know, I mean, you'll see in a second, it's bigger than a regular size muffin pan. But that's what I had, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to use that, and they'll just be like bigger around and a little bit flatter. And it worked out fine. They still tasted delicious. They still got done in the same exact amount of time and all the things, right? So make sure that you grease your muffin pans really, really good, okay? You don't want these to stick. There's my big muffin pan. And yeah, it makes 18. So 3 pans of this, and we were rocking and rolling. I put this in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes, 15 to 18 minutes, depending on your oven. Sometimes mine cooks faster than other times. I don't know. Maybe everybody's oven does that, but you just kind of have to watch them. But about 15 minutes, and then, you know, make sure they're done. Y'all, these things are so good, and they're really good reheated too. Just so you know. Just so you know, they're good even left over. So once you get them out, go ahead and pop them out of the muffin pan and put them on a cooling rack. I find that if you leave a muffin or something that you cook in a muffin pan, if you leave it in there while it's hot, as it cools down, it sort of gets wet. Is that anybody else? Maybe it's the oil I'm using. I don't know. But I like to get mine onto a cooling rack pretty quick. And that way they can just do their own thing and cool on down. And I'm going to show y'all the middle of these in just a second. They was hot. I was about to burn my fingerprints off. I was like, am I going to do it or not? But you see, you can see a piece of bacon sticking out of the top of that one right there. Y'all, if you like McGriddles, you can see my little chunks of egg and the bacon. Y'all, if you like a McGriddle, you're going to love these muffins. They are so dang good. I just put a little bit more syrup over the top of them and just sat there and ate them. They were delicious, y'all. You have to make these. You got to make them, and you got to let me know how you like them. Make sure you come back and report in. All right, that's all I've got for y'all today, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.